Hello, friends. My name is Kathleen Whitehead. I'm here with you this evening with my two friends, Laura and Cheryl, who are online with me in human form. And I have other friends who are around who are not in human form at this moment, uh, but they are certainly welcome. As I have mentioned in the past, I'm a channel of the aspects of love. I never expected to do this until just a few years ago, but this is what I am meant to do, and I appreciate anyone who has an opportunity and finds us because we're here to share love and thoughts and just messages from the aspects of love. I myself have been very introspective for a while, and I've had some experiences, some interesting experiences, and then I have sort of revelations, and I would say directions of the next thing for me to consider. And something that came to me a couple days ago is the energy of words that I speak and how my body feels as I speak those words. And a couple of examples came to my mind. And I have often mentioned, talked about detaching with love. And I realized that there's a couple of different ways that my body feels that detaching with love. One of those ways is detaching with love because somebody did something wrong. And that is a judgment on my part. And then the other one is detaching with love, just recognizing that we are in different places. And I feel that that is a neutral way to feel that, and a loving way because it's not attached to judgment. And then I also realize that I say I love you to a lot of people a lot of times. And I think that that first example made me think, all right, what else are you um, feeling when you say these things? And one of the things that happened is I saw a video on YouTube that absolutely made me awestruck, and I could see this person's soul. I felt the joy and the soul, the upliftment of this person, and I was moved to say, "I love you." And that is a feeling that I want to have when I say, "I love you." But there are other ways. I love you because you are attached to me, you're my child, or whatever. Is that the same thing? Very often it is, but sometimes uh it's I love you because I gave birth to you. I am uh, attached, and I'm concerned, and I feel some responsibility. But there's other times when my children, and quite often, and with my grandchildren also, where I feel that I see your soul, I know who you are, and I love you because of who you are. And then there is the love that is, I love you because I need something from you, or I love you because I want you to love me. I love you, and that is not. It is still a sincere spoken word, a spoken sentence. It's still sincere, but I want to always come from the place of, I love you because I see your soul, I feel your soul, and I see that you and I are the same. And that's what I'm thinking about at this point in this time of introspection is what is behind the things that I say. I want it to always be something loving, something that recognizes that we are one. So I can say to the trees, I love you. But because trees are outside my window, I'm pointing that way because that's where they are. And birds and animals. But I want to be able to say, and I'm very, very close, I love you because you are me and I am you. And I see your soul, I feel your soul. That's just something that I'm thinking about. And if you find it something to think about, I invite you to give me comments about how you feel, because I feel like we are all in this. We are all one. I am in my individual experience. I am looking within myself to find those loving places. So thank you for listening to that. I am now going to go into channeling mode, and I will be starting out with some light language and then messages if the aspects of love have anything they would like to tell us. And then I'll open it up for questions. So thank you again for being here with me. I invite beings of love to channel their language through me. And I give gratitude for all the beings that are here with me, with us, as us. Thank you. Ti tianana te eti apataka te iskatata yenamada ai. Ha Hey, Alia Namakoshikete ete enyamadakose e. We are with you. It is our joy to be with you. We have noticed and have watched what's happening on your planet. Throughout your entire planet, there is much turmoil and chaos and confusion and distractions. There is a desire on the part of those who are acting in unloving ways, and we realize it is an act. They are showing us those things that are meant to let us have a choice again and again and again. A choice. Do we wish to join in the turmoil and the drama and the information leading us into fear? Do we wish to take the bait, if you will, of all of these things that these actors are showing us? It is important at this time to not take the bait, to recognize that there is nothing to fear, that you yourself in your individual experience are creating your own experience because you've chosen to. So we are hopeful that you choose the experience of love and push away the experience of fear. Fear is only helpful when you are in actual danger. It is a response that if there was a tiger back in the day that was charging you, it would be wise to have fear, because fear will encourage you to change your placement. But the fear of what may happen, or the fear that is derived from watching other people do things that are distasteful for you and dramatic, and all of the chaotic and tumultuous things that are happening, that fear is not real. And we ask you to reject that kind of fear and have the confidence and the trust that you can create your reality from a place of love. So we encourage you, and actually um, the balance of people reacting from a place of love versus those reacting from a place of fear is getting better. There's more love than fear, although sometimes it does not appear so. We will say that those actors who are giving you the opportunity to choose how you want to react, if you want to react, how you want to feel about everything, they're putting on their very best act at this point, making it as confusing, as dramatic, as tumultuous as they can. So stay in your heart, find your own practice of your own self-love, and that self-love will ripple out to others. But find your place of peace every day and many times a day if you need to, because you are winning, love is winning, and there may be more times ahead as the actors continue their characterization. But we are here, we are observing, we are available to help and to send you love at any time. We send you love constantly, but we will be happy to send you more if you feel you need more. There is no limit to how we can love each other. The easiest thing to do is to remember that you are all part of the same oneness. You are drops in the ocean that is divine. So we will leave you with this light language, and then we will entertain questions if you have any. First, let us give you our deepest love and gratitude. Is there a question that we might answer for you?
I have a question.
Thank you.
Um, Again, yesterday there was another mass shooting of children at their school. Well, it was the church associated with the school, and I wonder what is the purpose of these, and why do they continue?
It is all very, very sad to see children or anyone be massacred in such a way. It is a choice, a time that some people who are on the fence, we will say, you have the people who believe that you have rights to be such and such a way and to have access to weapons of all kinds and so forth. And then there are others who feel that no, it is not justified. Then there are, of course, there's many in the middle. uh, the purpose, which we remind you that all those beings who were killed in this incident came into this lifetime knowing full well that they would experience something like this. And they gave their permission and they volunteered to be that awful spectacle that is meant for choices, things that people can choose. And there's a tipping point. So, as far as this uh, access to weapons, there just needs to be more people who see that this is just difficult and hard. And so this is the purpose. One purpose is to uh, be that choice point, if you will. It is not easy for those who have the empathy and the love in abundance as you do. It is not easy and it's not understandable. But for everything that happens, there is a purpose. And the purpose is always to allow people to make a choice. And these catastrophes, while horrendous, and we cannot condone, we do not wish that that happened, but sometimes people are so staunch in their beliefs that they have to have something that is very dramatic to look at. We give deep gratitude for all of those who are experiencing these different tragedies, wars, murders, whatever violence of any kind. And we wish to let you know that that will change, that within a number of years, that love will abound, and that this would not be something that would even come up. Understand that those people who are the carriers of the weapons have had to experience something that has broken them in their human experience. And they also came into this lifetime having chosen to be the, we will call them the bad guy. They have chosen, but they, in order to be that type of person that can do this kind of thing, they had to experience something that completely broke them. So we do not condone, we do not wish that this would happen, but we do see that there is a purpose. Was that helpful to you?
Yes, thank you. Um, Especially the part about that love will abound and these acts of violence will hopefully stop entirely, but at least be reduced. Thank you.
We are saying that the more love you can put into the world, the more love, the more joy, the highest vibration, the all of those many higher level, and we don't like to call it levels like that, but the more of that positivity, the more joy, the more fun, the more of everything that is uplifting that you can experience for yourself, which puts it out into the collective consciousness, the quicker those kinds of things. Not to say this is not your responsibility to do that, but when you ask, is there anything I can do? This is the one thing you can do. You cannot go and take guns away from a person who is just about to commit this kind of thing. That's physically, that's not possible. It would be wonderful. And we see that there will be more of those interventions as time goes on. But what you can do at this moment is be authentic, loving, joyful, and have as much fun as you possibly can. And we thank you for your question. And we feel along with you the anguish of seeing this kind of thing. But we ask you to add your prayers and hopefulness instead of your anguish within, of course, you need to express it, start out with, but don't hang on to it forever. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
And thank you. Is there another question?
I have a question. I feel like I'm seeing and sensing like changes, sort of like the atmosphere is different. in some ways, just the way I perceive it, the way I see things, and as I go about my day, it's like, well, this is unusual, but nothing's changed. So I'm wondering if you could comment about those type of feelings that I'm getting.
Yes, you're in the midst of all kinds of changes. You're in the midst of changes collectively as more and more love enters the collective. You are also in the midst of your own changes, and what you are seeing is we're going to call it a wider, deeper view. So colors might be more vibrant. Objects may take on more of a 3D experience, in that, for instance, your 3D movies, how they come at you and they look larger than life and all that, and they almost seem like they're outlined, if you will, or that you can see around them. That is a common thing. There's also been what people call timeline jumps, and it's very very subtle most times, but sometimes it's kind of noticeable, and things do change, and the energy is just slightly different, um, because you sort of made a different choice. So if you wanted to be fully in 3D, your timeline might be going in this direction, but you are advancing. So here's a timeline that's kind of slightly away from 3D, but you barely notice it. And then there's a timeline over here, and then there's a timeline over here that are just kind of getting a little bit further away, but you don't really notice them. But then every once in a while, when there's an actual jump, you actually kind of notice it. And then there will be times when you might notice it mistakenly. You can't mistake it. But those are things that will be gradually happening. There are collective timelines and there are individual timelines, and you every time you make a choice, you're choosing a timeline. You can choose to go straight, or you can choose to go to the right, and those are different timelines. So you're choosing that timeline. Collectively, it has to be basically an agreement of the collective. Okay, we all want to shift from going right to going straight. That's an oversimplification, but you understand that collectively it's not exactly the same as the many times a day that you make choices that put you on a timeline. You have an attitude, or you have a desire to be in a particular lane, if you will. For instance, a loving lane, or a productive lane, or something like that. And so you make choices to stay on that lane. But as you make those choices, you are rejecting the other choices, which could have been a different timeline. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. Is there another question? We feel that there are no more questions. We wish to again reassure you that Love is winning. Love will always win. This is your opportunity to make choices to increase the love that you hold within you. So, just as much as possible, just observe whatever drama you feel you need to observe so that you can keep in touch with what's happening. You don't want to be a hermit living out in the woods that never knows anything, but you don't have to engage in the drama. You do not have to be reactive to the drama. We suggest that when the drama affects you, you send it love. You send positive thoughts and feelings toward that drama and all those affected. We will leave you now with our deepest gratitude and our deepest love and our support, and we wish you to know that we are cheering you on, as are many other beings, galaxies, locations, whatever way you wish to define those other parts of your oneness. We will leave you with our energy in the form of words. Liata kashkoto, ti, pia tata mana rekete.